Hey, I'm Alex from Marc Mobility. In this video, we're going to show you the two highest end rehab brands on the market. Quantum and Permobil are going to be the top of the line rehab chairs on the market. Now, there are other brands out there, but in my personal opinion, I think Quantum and Permobil are going to be two of the highest end chairs on the market. Now, Permobil was kind of first in this industry, and then Quantum has come a long ways, and there's going to be a ton of similarities, but there are going to be differences. So stay tuned to our whole video and watch this throughout so that we can really kind of differentiate the two power chairs. Now, what I do want to mention is we do sell these chairs gently used, and we do ship these all across the United States. Now, we don't take insurance, but we do ship these all across the United States to people that are paying out of pocket. So if you're needing a chair, you don't want to wait the long wait times whether you're trying to go through insurance or Medicare, Medicaid, and you want one right away, give us a call. We can typically get one to your door in less than a week. All right, so we're going to start with Permobil first. Permobil is the original company, made in Sweden. It's a very high-end chair. I would say Permobil still overall is the nicest rehab brand on the market. Now, do remember, Permobil is going to cost a little bit more. It's a little bit more high-end. It's made in Sweden, so clearly, as compared to parts being made in China, it's going to cost more money, but it is typically going to be a little more reliable and be a little bit smoother of a ride. Now, both of these brands, you're able to get a mid-wheel drive chair, which is what these two chairs are, which is where your large drive tire. They're both 14-inch mid-wheel drive tires. It's where your drive tire is located in the center of the unit. You're going to have swivel wheels on the front and the back of all mid-wheel drive chairs. And the drive tires are the same size, but I will tell you the swivel wheels, what they call caster wheels, are going to be quite a bit larger on the Permobil M3. Now, what that's going to do, it's going to be a little bit wider and a little bit taller. It's going to give you a little bit better traction when you're outside going in softer terrain. Now, mid-wheel drive chairs like these chairs are designed primarily to be for inside and smaller spaces, and the overall length of these chairs are going to be almost identical. They're going to be very, very similar in overall length. Now, one thing just visually that I can look at and I can see from this video, but I also know from my knowledge, there are longer foot plates. You can get a slightly bit longer of a foot plate on the Quantum, and it's a little bit more customizable where you can expand the plates farther away or bring them close together, and you can also add extenders on the outside of the Quantum, and then you're also able to add little side guards with straps. Now, you can put straps on the Permobil foot plates, but you cannot add the guards. So that alone, a little bit difference on the foot plate, but overall length, so your turning radius and your overall length is going to be very, very similar between these two units. Now, do remember, they do make a front-wheel drive on both these brands, and Quantum is the only one currently that has a rear-wheel drive. Permobil used to have this chair called a C350. They got rid of the rear-wheel drive chairs, so now Permobil is only going to be front-wheel and mid-wheel, where Quantum is going to be rear-wheel, mid-wheel, and front-wheel drive. Now, on the mid-wheel drive chairs, between these two, these units both have suspension, but on the Quantum, you're able to adjust the suspension in the front, where you're not able to adjust the front suspension, but you are able to adjust the suspension in the back. That is going to help somewhat lean the chair back if you're trying to go over thresholds. So there is front suspension adjustable here, and then rear suspension adjustable on the Quantum. Just remember, on the Permobil, it's only adjustable for the rear suspension. Now, all of these units typically from both Permobil and from Quantum are going to have built-in tie-down points. So it's going to have 4 anchor points on the chairs. It's going to be easy to tie down whether you're taking it in public transportation or even mobility van that's going to have Q-strength straps. All Quantums and all Permobils are going to be compatible with an easy lock or a Q-lock type bracket. So if you're looking for the automatic pin type locking system, both of these units have a high enough ground clearance that are able to take both of the standard Q-lock or easy lock brackets for your mobility vans. Now, most units on Quantum come with headlights. Permobil is definitely an upgrade. So not all units on the Permobils are going to come with headlights. Most of the units that are going to be these Q-Logic or these Quantum Edge 3s that are going to be the newer versions are going to come with LED lights that are right here over the fender. Now, I can tell you the lights on the Quantums are not nearly the same as the lights on the Permobil. Quantum typically is going to have the lights on like a type of egg switch type button. That's going to be located in different places on all different units. I'm not even sure where the light is on this particular unit here. Let me find the light. The light switch on this unit is going to be actually mounted right here underneath. And you can see you have tail lights and you have headlights. There's not turn signals, and it's really just enough to light you up at night inside your home, or to be just somewhat visible when you're walking down a path at night. Now, Permobil has headlights that's available as well. This is integrated through the joystick. So instead of trying to figure out where your button is, Permobil is going to have headlights. Now that's real headlights. Now that's actually going to light you up, 10, 15 feet in front of you and make you very visible. You're going to have tail lights in the back, and if you do have the headlights, it's also going to come with turn signals. I'm just going to show you the hazards now instead of going through each turn signal, but this is what you would have with your turn signals on the unit. Quantum does not have turn signals. Seating wise on these two particular units, you can expand or contract both of these units. Now, Permobil comes in odd increments, so you can go 15, 17, 19, 21, or 23 inches wide. Quantum typically on this same unit can go up to 20 inches in width. So Permobil does have a little bit wider width, up to 23 inches wide. Now, both of these are going to have a 300-pound weight capacity with the seat lift. So if you are closer to that 300-pound range and you need a wider seat, Permobil is going to be the way to go. If you're not, you can always explore a Quantum as well. Now, Permobil does have a 330-pound capacity if you only have tilt, recline, and legs, while Quantum still rates all their units at 300 pounds no matter what functions you're going to have on this unit. The electronics on these units are great. They're Bluetooth compatible. There's tons of stuff you can do, your trip distance, your overall distance. It shows you your speed. It's got a digital reading on it. Now, there are different electronics on some of the lower end Quantums as they don't have all the functions. That will not show you all these same specs, but if you do get a loaded unit, which is going to be at least tilt, recline, and legs, and I call loaded with seat lift, but if you're going to have at least tilt, recline, and legs, you're going to have one of these nicer joysticks, and same with the Permobil. All Permobils come with an RNet joystick, which is going to look like what we'll show you in the video overlay. Now, Permobil on this particular unit has an ICS box, which is a 4-function box right here behind that's got buttons that you can then use all the functions to tilt, the recline, the electric legs, or the seat lift can all be controlled through there or directly to the joystick. Quantum has the same type of function box. This particular unit does not have it on it, but you are able to still have the same function box added to this. Now, you can do all the functions the same through the function box or through the joystick on the Quantum as well. Battery size on the Permobils are going to be a 60 or a 75 amp gel recessed post battery. They are some of the most expensive batteries out there on the market, where Quantum you're going to need a 55 amp, which is called a 22NF battery. It does not need to be a flat top battery. Now, an advantage of Permobil currently is you can still access the batteries on this unit if the unit is dead and you don't have any power to the unit. Quantum at this moment, well, at least with the QLogic 3s, or I'm sorry, the Quantum Edge 3s, you have to have a jumper cable in the back to be able to tilt the chair up or elevate it because the batteries come out from the front. So if you have this leg system on them, the batteries come out from the front and the unit will not operate if you let the chair sit for too long. So you do need a separate jumper cable to be able to access it to be able to get to the battery. So that is nice about Permobil. Now both batteries are going to last similar time frames, about that 2 to 3 year mark. But these are going to be gel batteries that are going to go in here. You are able to get gel, but it's not necessary on this. So gel batteries are going to last a little bit better in really cold conditions, and they don't quite hold the memory as bad if you're not charging it regularly. Now, both units can come with Swingaway joysticks. Swingaway joysticks are just where the joysticks swing out of the way. Now, I would say on Quantum, do remember, if you're going to buy a used Quantum from us or a used Permobil, we're going to send you a measuring chart. We're going to send you a video of how to use a measuring chart, and then we're going to fit these units to you before they ship fully assembled on a pallet. So if you are looking in this industry and you are looking on this market, give us a call. We'd be glad to send you a power chair. So now if you were to have apples to apples, a 20-inch wide seat and a 20-inch wide back on the Permobil and the Quantum, the Permobil is going to be wider, and that is due to the armrest. The width of the armrests are wider on the Permobil than on the Quantum standard armrest. Now, you are able to put a gel arm pad on both of these units, and if you do go with the gel arm pad on the Quantums, yes, your armrest is going to be similar in that 3 inches in overall width as compared to a little closer to 2 inches, how it is standard now. So if you're looking for the widest seat possible but the narrowest unit, Quantum's going to win. If you're looking for wider armrests to support your arms, the Permobil is going to win. Now, both of these units have cup holders and all different accessories you can add to these units. Quantum has a few different versions too. They have a unit called a Stretto. Now, the Stretto is going to be for people that are small. The Stretto is going to be 21 to 22 inch wheelbase. So if you're getting somebody that only needs a 17-inch wide seat, the Shrouds is going to be super narrow, 22, 23 inches in overall width. Permobils are typically going to still be that 25 to 26 inches and then larger depending on how wide of a seat you go with. Like I said, do remember we adjust all these units. If you buy a unit from us, we adjust all of them to your specs. So that's going to be the width of the seat, the depth of the seat, the height of the backrest, the width of the backrest. The joysticks can go on right or left hand side, and then we're also going to adjust the footplate height from the top of the seat to the ground. So there's lots of adjustments we're going to do before we send this out to you. Both units do have removable headrests. And like I said, both of these are customizable. So there are different styles of headrests, different styles of backs on both units, different bottom cushions, different armrests. They're really, really great units. Like I said, Permobil is going to be a hair more expensive, a little bit more expensive to fix, but I would still give Permobil the nod as the nicest brand on the market. Quantum is not far behind. They've come a long way in this industry. Quantum, you can get this base with a standard captain seat. So you're able to get this unit that has no electrical seat functions besides just driving forwards and backwards and left and right. And then you're also able to then get the unit that has, I've seen these before with only a seat lift. I've never seen a Permobil with only a seat lift. So I've seen this unit with only seat lift, but typically I've seen these with tilt, recline, and legs, then the seat lift typically added. And then the latest thing they've just come out with now is they've come out with an anterior tilt, which is a forward tilting position on the Quantums. Now on Permobil, like I mentioned, I've only seen these ever with at least one function. So I've seen it with tilt only, but you can basically get this with the same function: seat lift, tilt, recline, and electric legs. You can also get this with anterior tilt, and then they make the front wheel version and the mid wheel version now in a vertical standing. So it can actually stand the person up with knee blocks and chest brace and get them in a standing position that they're able to then drive the unit. Now Permobil does have a bigger version of their mid wheel and their front wheel drive. Pretty much there's a one size on the mid wheel, and well, they have a Shrouds, a smaller size, and then they have a forefront, which is their front wheel driven unit. But on Permobils, they have what's called an M5, which is the bigger version of this, and they have an F5, which is a bigger version of their front wheel driven unit. Now on the M5 and the F5, you're able to get to about 7.5 miles per hour, which is about a mile faster than what these units are here. The difference is too, both of these units are going to have a 12-inch seat lift. When you go with the M5 or the F5, you're going to have a 14-inch seat lift as long as it has the seat lift option on the unit. So you're going to sit up higher and you're going to go faster. Now overall, when they're in the low position on these two units here, it's going to be similar speeds. And one other thing I'd like to mention is on the Quantums, you are able to change out some of these drive tires to a wider, knobbier drive tire. So if you're looking to go a little bit more all-terrain, we do have options on the Quantums, whether it's the front-wheel drive or the mid-wheel drive Edge 3. We are able to put these large, wide, knobby tires on there, which are going to get you a lot better traction for outside. And lastly, what I'll mention on these two units as well is Permobil has removable shrouds that are easy to do, where Quantums are more intense. You got to kind of take a lot of stuff apart to change the shrouds out. And the Permobil shrouds are going to be quite a bit cheaper. So if you do have a Permobil and you want to change the shrouds, give us a call. We can ship you the shrouds, and we have videos of how to do that on this unit as well. So my overall recap between these two units, they're both excellent units. You're not going to go wrong with either one if these are one of the two units you're getting. Like I said, we do sell these gently used. We ship them all around the country. So if you are looking at that, give us a call. We'd love to talk with you about what your needs are. But overall, they're both fantastic units. They're both dependable. They're made really well. These are the two top brands on the market. Once again, this is the Permobil and this is the Quantum. If you have any questions, give us a call. We would love to speak to you about these units.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.